All right, I want to talk with y'all for a minute about intent. I see a lot of witches in online spaces claiming that intent is all that matters, that your intentions are all you need. And that's not wholly accurate. Okay. Um Intent is very important, obviously, but let's unpack the phrase intent is all that matters for a minute. If intent was all that mattered, then everything that every person on the planet has ever prayed for would happen. It would come true. Every wish that anyone has ever made while blowing out a birthday candle or just, oh God, I wish I had that. Like, yeah, it would come true. Like, anything that anyone ever manifested would instantly manifest. That's not possible. It's not possible. And so, like, intent doesn't work that way. So intent is not all that matters. No, you don't need expensive fancy tools, but you do need some tools. No, you don't need a super elaborate giant altar space, but you do need some sort of personal clean, like energy clean space to work on. And the rituals are very important. Um, the rituals and the tools combined with the intent is what makes witchcraft work. Okay. If intent was all that mattered, the entire world would be in chaos. It would be like, for lack of better examples, it would be like that scene in Wishmaster, if you know, you know, combined with that part of Bruce Almighty where he just thinks yes, and I'll just answer yes to everyone's prayers, and then, like, the system collapses. The energetic spiritual system basically collapses on him, and he has to fix everything. And so, like, if intent was all that mattered, that's pretty much what the fucking world would be like. And it would be chaos, and it would just be pure, unadulterated chaos. And even as, like, somebody who does chaos magic and identifies as a chaos witch, that kind of chaos does not sound good to me. So I really feel like we need to kind of back off of the implausible rhetoric that intent is all that matters. I think that's very, very confusing for a lot of newbies. And as a elder witch with a little more experience than some, um, I have a hard time not either getting frustrated or rolling my eyes when I see that shit in my online witchy communities, because part of me wants to be like, no, no, intent is not all that matters, and then explain, but I don't have the time or the energy or the spoons to explain that as many times as I would fucking need to in these witchy communities. So I'm hoping that by making this video, it'll get the word out. I'd love to hear what your views on the whole intent is all that matters thing. Like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like intentions are all that matters? Do you feel like intentions are important, but there's a lot more to witchcraft than just intentions? Are you on the fence? Like, what are your thoughts? Share them with me.